today, which is why I've come on the live. I've come to ask for help. If you don't know me, my name is Adrian Close. I'm the Director of Learning at Ultimate Leadership Training. I've created an online growth academy for new and aspiring managers, which comes with weekly support from me, and also an accountability group to make sure that they're accountable for achieving the goals that you set them at the beginning of the academy. That's really what I do. But I've just got off the phone to a client. I've just been talking to a client, really interesting one. This is where I need your help. So what they want me to do is they want me to put people off being a manager. I mean, how cool is that? So they want me to put a session together. I think it's going to be a day session. It's going to be in a big sort of conference room. There's going to be, they say, around 100. We'll see. So they've got 100 team members going into this auditorium. They've got a few management positions available. So obviously it's an expanding company. They're obviously a big company. It's based in Derbyshire, and they want me to put them off. So what can I do? What can I say to put them off? What would you suggest that I say to put these people off? I don't know if you're a manager. I don't know if you're intending to be a manager, whether you're a new manager or an aspiring manager or a seasoned manager. I remember my route to management. So I don't remember the day I became a leader, but I remember the day and the date that I became a manager, when I was promoted that position to be a manager. And it was one of those things. That was my, because I'd done trainee manager, I'd done assistant manager, trainee for about 6 months, and then assistant for about 4 months, sort of 5 months, kind of ironing out some of the, completing the other training courses, and then continue to go on training courses with our manager, which was a good thing. And I knew I was ready to be a manager. My manager kind of knew that I was ready to be a manager, but people above my manager didn't think that I was quite ready to be a manager. And one of them, in fact, said, "Oi, get him out of there. We need to put a proper manager in there." But my manager realized that actually becoming a manager is like spinning plates. And the more plates you spin, the more sort of time you spend at being a manager, the more plates that you spin. And he realized that there's going to be that development time. So it's a bit like driving. You pass your driving test. So as soon as you pass your driving test, that's when you learn to drive. But it's the same as a manager. As soon as you get promoted and you take on your first team, that's where you start to learn to be a manager. Well, that's what I found anyway. So that was my kind of road to manager. So I've got to put these people off. So I've got to get the warts and all. And obviously, one of the biggest issues, people at the beginning, people are awesome at their job. They're really, really good at the job, and they're next in line to become the manager or the supervisor or the team leader. And that's normally how it goes, which is so wrong. It is so wrong. So I'm glad that this client has contacted me. One, because I've done similar before, but I want to sort of visit that and rewrite it. But they've contacted me to put their people off and to actually go to them and say, this is what management is. And I'm using my own experience of a power struggle. So I had a power struggle when I first started out as a manager. I didn't know how to coach people. I thought training was coaching. I thought mentoring. I mean, I didn't really know what that was, but I thought, that was coaching as well. I just thought telling people what to do was coaching. And it's very, very difficult for managers, experienced managers, to coach, because it's easier and quicker just to tell people what to do. 34% of managers in the UK know how to coach, which is absolutely phenomenal, unbelievable figure. Such a low amount of people know exactly how to coach. And that's part and parcel of the management, and it's part and parcel of stepping back and saying, okay, this guy's got to come up with this person's got to come up with the answer themselves, and I've just got to chill and I've got to listen, and then we've got to go through that grow model sort of thing. So yeah, I'm going to say it's that focus on people. That's the important thing of management, is this focus on people. And as Ben Hunt Davis says in his book, which is an amazing book, if you're not read it, it's an amazing book. It's called Will It Make the Boat Go Faster? And he said, if you concentrate on the performance, the results take care of themselves. The results will, of course, be at a higher level if both the values of the company and the people that are working for it are aligned. And it's about aligning those core values. And again, it's a manager's job to do that. So there's so many job roles in a management position. There's only 2 key roles, which we discuss in the management skills training module of the academy. There's only 2 key roles, and everything else is kind of subservient to those 2 roles, if you like. But we analyze all of the roles, and there's lots of roles that people don't realize that is actually the task of a manager. And one of the things that I've come up against quite a lot with various clients is that they don't know how to have a difficult conversation. That's a manager's job. You can't go into a management position and think, well, I'm a manager now, that's great, they'll just do what I say. That's not how it works. That's like saying, I'm a parent now, I'll tell my 2-year-old what to do, and they'll just go, okay, Daddy, I'll do that, because obviously that's not how it works. Well, it certainly didn't in my case. And it's exactly the same. I'm not saying that team members are kids or anything, and managers are parents. But what I am saying is that it is similar. You know, people aren't just going to fall down and go, "Yes, boss. Yes, that's absolutely fine." You know, they will walk away going, "Oh my God, have you heard what Adrian's doing today? What is he on?" sort of thing. And then they'll go and not necessarily bad mouth you, but talk about you behind the back. So there's lots and lots of things for these guys to consider. Then we're going to have a break. So they're going to go away after the day, and then we're going to have another day or a half a day or whatever it is to come back to start making those decisions, Q&A session and all that sort of stuff to make their decisions. And I think that's a good move from a business to do that, so that they can select the people that actually accept that, yes, this is the role of the manager, this is the job description. I need to go and have a direct conversation with that very confident member of the team over there, that person who's been here for 6 years. I've got to go and tell them that actually this is what we're going to be doing from now on. And it's a skill, and it's a skill that is developed. Again, we do that. You discuss that in the academy, but it's a skill that managers need to develop. And management isn't for everybody. Sometimes it's a case of sink or swim, you know, and a lot of companies, they think, well, okay, well, it's sink or swim time, and if not, we'll just promote somebody else, but they've lost an amazing team member. And that's such an old way of looking at it. I remember, well, like I said, when I was promoted to manager, it was kind of that sink or swim. And my manager, who was awesome, who was my mentor, he knew that I could do it, but other people were wanting me to sink, so that they could put one of their managers in. And actually, the business that I was running became one of the most profitable in the company, which was awesome. And it was and I was there for sort of managing that unit for what, 18 months, and then I was offered a bigger one. And a bigger one, and it was like multi millions with lots and lots of staff, and it was absolutely phenomenal. But I had to start from somewhere. But I had that thing where I put people first, you know, and I concentrate on the performance. I concentrate on the individual. I have an active interest in their career, still do. You know, I've had members of staff from way back till, what was it, 94, 93, something like that. I'm still in touch with them on Facebook. It's absolutely amazing. Obviously not all of them, but there's certain key staff that I still keep in touch with on Facebook, which is cool. And I still have a vested interest or an active interest in their career and how they're getting on and what they're doing now and their family, like I did when I was a manager. So that sink or swim, it's got to have it's got to stop. It's why when I was running my business, I then turned it into the second one, the bigger one, the multi-million-pound one. I then converted it into a management development center, which is where I got the idea for this, which is that's my 12-month program that I deliver to clients around the country, completely bespoke. So if that's something you're interested in, get in touch with us. That's an in-person, face-to-face training. Can do it virtual. Did that during the lockdown. It worked really, really well. Or there's the online program. But if you're interested, then do get in touch. I'll put a link to that in the comments below, so that there's a video and you can go and have a listen and see what that's all about. But that's why I came up with the programs. Because just putting somebody on a random course, which is a one-day management skills course, which is awesome, absolutely fantastic. If you book one of those, I leave you with tasks to get on with, usually delegation and one-to-one meeting skills. Those are the tasks to implement after the course. I'll then leave a development log for their line managers, the learners, the managers, line managers, so that they can monitor them on 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. But it's not as strong as having a 12-month program, which is what that is as well. So it's not as strong as having a 12-month program, where after every session there is homework to do, there is a project to do, some commitment that they have to do to implement within their team and in the business. And it's not massive, you know, it's not going to take over their life. They can implement it within a day or so, but it well worth the investment. Absolutely well worth the investment, and it supports these people who are managers. That's why that's so important, because it's for new new and aspiring managers. Get them while they're at that stage. Obviously, if you've got managers and you want them training, that's just as relevant because there's new information in there. Like I say, it comes with weekly support. It comes with an accountability group. It comes with a book club, a monthly book club. These are all free for you to get involved with once you've paid to get into that one. And there's extra support and extra training. That is a phenomenal package if you have a look at it. Like I say, I'll put a link in the comments. So back to my original cry for help for you guys. What do you think I should put in the training course to put people off being a manager? So if you can answer that, that'd be awesome. 1 line, 2 lines, whatever it is, or just a couple of bullet points. What should I put in the training to put people off, for them to make an informed decision of whether or not they want to be a manager or not? Cool. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, and thanks if you can send me, DM me, whatever it is, some suggestions. I will appreciate that no end. Cool. All right. Thanks a lot. Take care.